Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Maryns. I am the founder and CEO, or the Sparkler-in-Chief at WeSparkle. We are a software startup that equips underestimated entrepreneurs with the AI-powered tools that they need to succeed. And as the founder of a startup here in the MSP region who supports other startups, I've seen the remarkable transformation of the startup ecosystem here over the past decade. Last year, the world's leading report on startup ecosystems ranked us as one of the top 5 emerging regions in the entire world. This progress isn't due to any single initiative. It's the result of thousands of entrepreneurs and scores of organizations working across this entire region. For example, there are now 40 different venture capital firms working here. They are part of the reason that startup deals have doubled in Minnesota over the past decade, raising 5 times more money than a decade ago. And over the past decade, we've also had about 20 different accelerator programs launch in this region. These accelerators are among the dozens of entrepreneurial support organizations providing critical support to entrepreneurs at the earliest stages of their business. What excites me the most about all of these different organizational leaders here in our ecosystem is that we're the most collaborative in the whole country. These leaders are partnering on efforts every day to support more entrepreneurs in our region. This includes working together to build the Forge North Coalition.
Hello, good to be with you. I'm Mike Jones, Chair of Minnesota and Colorado for Huntington Bank. Before I got involved in Forge North, I had no idea how robust our region's startup ecosystem had become. But now that I'm chairing the Forge North Leadership Council, along with Mary Grove of Bread and Butter Ventures, I've really come to appreciate that we haven't come close to unlocking our region's potential. Many people and organizations came together to create shared goals like increasing early-stage venture capital, advancing racial equity, and getting more big companies like mine to get engaged with the local ecosystem. Michelle mentioned the incredible organizations working every day across the ecosystem. It's because of their efforts that our region is making headway. Forge North is about asking, what more can we do together when we join forces? For example, we recently were awarded by the U.S. Economic Development Administration for our campaign to activate hundreds of new angel investors across Minnesota. This year, Michaela Rizard of Groove Capital is leading the way in expanding that campaign. So if you think that angel investing into Minnesota startups is something for you, we're looking forward to you joining us on May 4th at Huntington Bank Stadium for Angel Fest.
While the ecosystem here is amazingly supportive and it's growing, it's not always easy building a startup. I have experienced these challenges firsthand while raising capital here in Minnesota. After working with minority entrepreneurs at one of the major community development financial institutions here in Minnesota, I decided to found WeSparkle at the end of 2018 to help more minority entrepreneurs and other underestimated entrepreneurs access the AI-powered tools that they need to succeed now and into the future. Our first tool was the Sparkle Assistant, a conversational AI assistant or a smart chatbot similar to ChatGPT that text messages with a business's customers to schedule appointments, answer client questions, upsell the business's products and services, and encourage customer reviews. All startups experience a roller coaster of ups and downs throughout their entrepreneurial journey, and one of the most challenging times can be raising capital because it takes such an enormous amount of effort. Fortunately, some of the new venture funds here, like Groove Capital and Tundra Ventures, decided to back WeSparkle. Ultimately, though, I still had to leave Minnesota to raise all of the capital that WeSparkle needed to complete our round. And I know other founders with similar backgrounds whose businesses have been forced to either relocate or disband due to lack of investment here. And that makes me wonder, what is our region missing out on because of this? According to Crunchbase, only 7.6% of venture investments in our region last year went to a startup led by a founder of color. And the rate is even less than 3% for Black founders. When you consider that people of color make up around 30% of our region's population, our economy is missing out on a huge opportunity. There's no silver bullet for transforming the startup ecosystem, and that's why we're taking a diversified approach.
Over the next generation, our nation's economy will transform faster than ever. The pace of innovation will need to increase, solving future problems in the marketplace. The innovators who drive these solutions will also be more diverse than ever before. Despite this changing face of our region, diverse entrepreneurs in Minnesota still face significant barriers to accessing capital. That's why we launched the MSP Equity Fund last year, powered by GREATER and led by Al Cornish. It's a breakthrough in the field, incorporating everything that we've learned from those top regional funds across the country, but designed to invest every dollar here in Minnesota, and the first to focus on Black, brown, and women founders. The success of this effort will provide a critical missing link to enable Minnesota to continue its tradition as a problem-solving capital in the next economy, while emerging as a top destination for diverse talent. With the support of outstanding corporate anchor investors, we are thrilled to announce that the MSP Equity Fund will be holding a first close this quarter. But this is only the beginning. I'll be working alongside Jasmine Jarrell, President and CEO of Allianz Life, to rally even more support for this fund across the business community over the next few months. Our goal, $50 million impact on diverse and women founders in Minnesota. And this goal is attainable, but only with strong leadership from others across our region. Thank you.